Eleanor stood just outside, wondering what she could do. The man had decided to burn everything, all the evidence. Fire quickly took hold inside. The man emerged, dragging the woman by the arm. He spotted Eleanor instantly, still standing, wondering what to do. "I said leave, now, or you die." In that moment, the woman saw her chance. She broke free. Then Eleanor ran at him, fast and without hesitation, and slammed her arms into his chest, knocking him backward. Eleanor kept pushing him back and back until he fell into the burning hideout. Eleanor turned and sprinted to the horses. She swung into the saddle and kicked hard, the horse bursting forward down the forest path. The wind roared past her ears. She didn't know where the woman had gone, only that she had to follow. But behind her, hoofbeats. The man hadn't burned, not enough to stop him. He rode hard and fast, rage crackling in his eyes. Eleanor pushed the horse faster, the path narrowing with every stride. The trees opened, the cold night widened, and suddenly, the horse reared back with a panicked cry. The ground ahead was gone. A sheer cliff dropped into nothing, the black sea roaring below. Eleanor clung to the reins, heart hammering, trying to steady the animal. She threw herself off the saddle and hit the rocky earth. The horse bolted into the forest, hooves pounding somewhere behind. She turned back just as the man arrived, already walking toward her with slow, deliberate steps. "I'm going to teach you a lesson. You don't deserve to be free." He lunged. They struggled. Her boots slipped on loose stone. He drove her back toward the edge, hand gripping her shoulder, forcing her closer and closer to the fall. Suddenly, a single shot rang out. The man froze. He looked confused. Then the life fell out of his eyes. He fell toward Eleanor, lifeless, and fell down into the black, where the sea swallowed him whole. Eleanor stood still, her body shaking, heart pounding so loud it filled the silence. The woman appeared from the trees, pistol still raised. She held Eleanor's gaze, then raised the weapon toward Eleanor. "If you tell me you had nothing to do with this, I'll believe you." Eleanor looked at her, not flinching, not hiding. "No," she said softly. "I am not them." The fire had taken most of the evidence, but not all. By the time the sun broke through the trees, they had pulled a half-burnt satchel from the edge of the hideout's ruins. The papers inside were scorched but legible in places. Dates, signatures, ledgers that told just enough to begin again. Grace crouched beside the ash, running her fingers gently across the fragments. Her face was calm, her eyes lit with quiet fire. "It's not everything," she said, "but it's a start." Eleanor stood nearby, the faint scent of smoke still clinging to her gown. The weight of the night hung heavy on her shoulders. Grace rose and looked at her. "I'll keep going. Find more. Finish what they tried to erase." Eleanor glanced toward the road. "I wish I could help you, but they'll name me a traitor. I'll have to run." Grace stepped forward, firm. "No, not yet. I want you to stay, at least for a while. There's a cottage on my land, hidden deep in the forest. No one knows it's there but me. You'll be safe." Eleanor hesitated, but Grace didn't let her turn away. "Stay. Rest. Disappear just long enough for them to stop searching. Then we decide what comes next. Together." Eleanor exhaled, the fight draining slowly from her eyes. "You're asking me to hide?" "I'm asking you to live." A long silence passed between them. Then Eleanor gave a single reluctant nod. "I'll think about it. Grace reached for her hand. A brief touch. "I will always help you when you need it. You can trust me." Eleanor started to turn away when Grace pulled her in and embraced her. No words were spoken, but they both knew their friendship would bring them together again someday. The port was nearly empty at dawn. One ship waited at the dock, sails furled, deck slick with mist. No names were called, no one watched her leave. Eleanor stood at the water's edge, no mask, no uniform, just the coat on her back and a satchel in her hand. She had done what was asked, then done what was right, and now she couldn't stay. The gangplank creaked. She stepped aboard without a word. The captain standing nearby looked at her and said, "Welcome, my lady. Are you ready for a new adventure?" Eleanor smiled and said, "Always, Captain, always." As the ship drifted from the dock and turned toward open sea, Eleanor reached into her coat and pulled out the small scrap of parchment Grace had given her. It was singed at the edges, barely legible, but the words were still there. "We are not what they make of us." She folded it once more, gently, and held it in her palm as the shoreline faded behind her. There would be no returning, not for her. Eleanor Quinn, a name now written in ink and accusation, disappeared into the grey, not as a fugitive, but as someone who chose not to be silent. And for now, that would have to be enough.